Hi everyone, hello, how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. Hope all is working out for you this week and you're all riled and ready to go for a new Monday. So here in New Zealand, some good news. We are actually going down the levels now. So where Auckland is now at level 2, we're at level 1 here in Hamilton, which is fantastic. So really good news. So big celebrations. I know it's not the same all over the world, but for us here in New Zealand, I think we're kind of glad that we're in a good space. So today I want to talk about using your strengths to stand out at work, which is a pretty big thing, right? We all have strengths. We are all capable of greatness, but we all have really great strengths. And actually the reason why we are hired into jobs and why we enjoy doing what we're doing is because we all have different strengths. We're all different. There's so many different things that we enjoy doing. And the thing is that when you play to your strengths, and this is really similar to what I was saying last week with happiness at work, and if you haven't seen it, jump on the replay, you'll find it in the archives. But one of the things is that it's like if you enjoy what you're doing and you play to your strengths, you are so much happier. That is where happiness lies, because when you play to your strengths, it's because it's something that you're naturally good at, but that you enjoy learning and you enjoy growing with. So one of the things about using your strengths to stand out at work is to be proud of your strengths, because there are so many times that we go into work and and I know I used to feel like this in certain jobs that I worked at, and I know loads of other people have felt this way as well. That you go into work, and regardless of who you are outside of work, you fall into that person that you are at work, and you become that. You become another cog in the process, almost like you just become another zombie player in the company game. And that's something that you really need to think about is, who do you show up as? Who are you when you go into work? Because a lot of people, when they give up and they get to a point where they don't really enjoy what they do anymore, they, as I say, give up. That is exactly it. They don't use their strengths anymore because they just think, what's the point? I think they're not listened to. They think that they aren't they aren't important. And the important thing is to realize that you are important. You're so important. Every single person that you are hired in to do a job, and you're hired in through a vigorous process. How many interviews do you go through? Who do you meet along the way? You go through all of this, and employers do this because they want to hire the right people at exactly the same time that you go through this process to figure out if this is the right job for you. So when you get into that process of you then think, well, it doesn't really matter, the company doesn't care what I think, then that's when it all goes wrong, because they should be caring what you think. They probably do care what you think, and you need to change that mentality. You need to shift that mindset. And I know we can feel invisible sometimes, but that's the whole point, is that we feel that way. It doesn't always mean that that's the reality, and the reality is trying to figure out, what do you really want? Do you want to be seen as invisible? Do you want to be seen as another cog in the wheel, in the process, in the machine? Or do you actually want to be standing up and being something and being someone? And I think that's what you need to ask yourself in the workplace. Do you want to be just another person, another zombie worker, or do you really want to make a stand? Because if you do, you can. And actually, a lot of the time, the employer is actually open to it. They want you to. So this talk today is all about, rather than you thinking, almost poor me, why do I go into work every day and they don't even care what I do? This is about making them care what you do. This is about playing on your strengths and saying, you know what, I'm the only person that you've hired in to do this job because I'm the only person that can do this job, and I'm going to show you why. Because when you flip the switch and you become a little bit more, it's the whole career reset, and you become more, actually, I'm good at what I do, and I know that I'm good at what I do, and I'm going to show you how good I am at what I do, and I'm going to make this business work. And, zoom up higher, it's going to be better, it's going to be more productive, all because of me, then that way the transaction works. You get paid a salary and you're happy because you're making a difference in the workplace. So start thinking about it like that, and actually think about what it is that you really want from your job. What is it that you really want to, I guess, be known for? That is a really, really important thing. What do you want to be known for? So one of the things that I do say is to focus on your strengths. Now, when I say using your strengths to stand out at work, focus on your strengths, this is a lot easier said than done, because you need to realize, your self-worth, and you need to really think about what is it that you're good at. There are loads of the times, when you write an appraisal with work, how many times have you been given that opportunity to write an appraisal and you almost talk yourself down? You don't even give yourself the full benefit of everything that you've achieved. One of my friends and I, when we worked for a company a few years ago, we actually wrote out everything. We bigged ourselves up. We wrote out everything we'd done over the course of the year. And the reason why we did this was to actually prove to ourselves that we're awesome. We work really hard and we were really proud of what we achieved. And that's something that you just need to bear in mind, is that, actually shout it from the rooftops. Look what I have done. Look what I have achieved. Be proud of it. Focus on your strengths and then keep working at them every single day. So this is like looking at, if you're good at copywriting or writing, copy for websites or brochures or whatever, awesome. Highlight how good you are at it. Put it on the CV, put it on, out on LinkedIn. Shout about it, be proud of it, tell your boss, be like, this is something I'm really good at. If you're managing to run a team and the projects is like, you're like a big project manager, shout about it. Don't just sit there and hope that they recognize how good you are. Who cares? Shout about it, because they're not going to be watching just you. They're going to be watching everyone. So shout about your wins. It's something that men are very, very good at doing, women not so much. So we really need to be shouting about our wins and really being like, yeah, I'm really good at this. And just because you've got a strength in something doesn't mean that you need to stop working on it. It doesn't mean that you are the expert and that's it. Close the book. Well done, you. This is actually saying, I'm good at this. This is my strength. So I'm going to keep studying in it and I'm going to keep learning, and I'm going to evolve as, if it's social media or, any of those things, as that evolves, you're going to evolve with it. So make sure that you get the training. Tell your boss about it. Be like, yeah, this is the training and the personal work development, career development that I want to be doing. It's really, really important. As I say, be proud of them. And you know what? Put them down in the comments below. Tell me what you're good at. Because this stuff matters. We always talk about it. We're always putting ourselves down. We're always telling ourselves, I wish I was a bit better at this. I wish my nose was longer, or I wish my hair was longer, or I wish, we talk about all this stuff that we wish. How about we actually just shout about what we're really good at? So as I say, be proud of your strengths. Write them in the comments below. Tell me what you're good at. I want to know. And be proud of it. This is the stuff that, makes you stand out at work. If you're good at something, you've got to tell people about it, and then you stand out because people know what you're good at. It's like a relationship. The best way to describe it is like a relationship. You know how sometimes you want your other half to almost, mind read what you're good at? Well, put that to one side and actually just tell them what you're good at. Like any good relationship, communication matters. Exactly the same in the workplace. A good relationship in the workplace is all about communication. So, as I say, write them down, put them in the comments below, just shout about them. Add them in the Friday wins if you're in the Winning in Work Facebook group, because, just shout about it. My next tip is to follow up on projects. Now, the reason why I say this is because so many people, and I've been guilty of this in the past as well, is that how many times have you sent an email, gone like that and gone, well, you know what, until they reply back to me, I'm not going to do anything on it. And if they don't reply back to me, it's their own fault because they haven't chased me on it, or they haven't given me the answer that I need. So they obviously don't care that much. Bad attitude to begin with. And follow up on the projects, because if there's a project that's outstanding and you've sent your email, and then you're waiting to hear back from them, give them a call. By following up, you're doing that extra mile thing. You're doing one extra thing that actually showcases your work ethic and it's motivation. That's probably the best way to describe it. It's motivation. It's showing an initiative. It's what people want to see in the workplace. So follow up on the projects. Really important, because if you can follow up, not only do you then get your answer quicker, you maybe can start work on things sooner, which means you're not leaving it to the last minute, which means you're not working late, which means you're not stressing out. There are loads of factors here. So, follow up, just check in. Hey, did you get my last email? And I know it's really annoying that you have to chase people up, but do it. Did you get my last email? Hey, exactly same with sales. Hey, I know we were talking about this deal recently. How are you going on it? Should we go and have a chat? Should we meet up over coffee? Whether you're in sales, marketing, data inputting, whatever you want to be in. What I'm saying is that you need to follow up on the projects if you want to get them done. Next thing I would like to say is do more. A lot of the things that we tend to do is and I've heard it so many times where it goes, well, this is beyond my pay grade, or it's come up to 5 o'clock. Don't really see the point in I can pick this up tomorrow. And absolutely, I'm not going to make anybody work any overtime if they don't need to. But one of the things to think about is to do more. And that could be something such as just before you leave. And I said this last week, just, hey guys, is there anything that I can help with? These are really, really important little tips that just make the workplace better for everybody. Coming up with new ideas. There are so many times that we sit at work and we basically do the bare minimum that we need to get by. And we go, well, we'll just do the bare minimum. What difference does it make? Well, it does make quite a lot of difference, because if you have passion in the job that you do, you want to do more. You actively want to. You want to be able to go, you know what, I'm going to be, a little bit more innovative. I'm going to be a little bit more proactive rather than reactive. I'm going to try a few things. I'm going to go and see if this works. I'm going to put together a business case to see if we can do this for the business. There's loads of the things that you want to do when you're excited, because you want to create more for the job. You want to try things out. It's trial and error. It's that, even saying it, I'm getting excited, because it's like the whole idea of doing more, of trying something out. It's really, really important to give it a go. And if you don't want to do more, then why? Just ask yourself, why not? If you want to go and see the business succeed in some way, do you want to try things out? Do you want to be the innovative one in that? Because those are the things that make you stand out. They're the things that make you stand out in the workplace. They're the things that you put on your CV that make you stand out to new jobs. So think about the long-term effects of this. When I say do more, I'm not saying work in the office till really, really late every night. I don't agree with that at all. But what I do say is, if you're sitting at your desk and you're like, God, this is boring, which I've also been doing in my life in the past. But if you are sitting there going, gosh, this is really, really boring, think of ways of making it not so boring. Make it more fun. Make it more enjoyable. As I say, just by doing more, you'll actually enjoy the job more, because you're creating your own job, rather than just being told what to do all the time. Because that's actually, a lot of us, we're quite strong-minded and we know what we want. So when we're in that situation, we want to create our own jobs a lot of the time. We don't want to keep being told what to do by our managers. So this is what I'm saying. Try and be innovative. Try and think of other ways of creating a wider job role. Maybe look at what the managerial roles would be, the next step up, and see what you could do there. Alternatively, look at job descriptions of jobs that you would like to do next in your career plan, and see if you can get some of that experience in the job that you're in now. But there's loads of ways of looking at it, but just see what you can create, see what you can do. And the last thing I wanted to give on this is be kind. This is a big thing for us in New Zealand, and us Kiwis, because we we actually believe that, we've been told from the very beginning of lockdown, be kind, be kind, be kind. It's been drummed into us, and we've always got to think of others. And it means a lot to me, actually, whenever I hear it, because I think, we need to be kinder to each other, especially with what's going on with social media at the moment and how everyone's treating each other during COVID. We do need to be kinder, so much kinder. And that's exactly the same in the workplace. I've worked with people where I've heard people talk about other people and say, I've never heard her or him say a bad word about anybody. They've always got a nice word to say. They're always a positive person. I'm not saying like if you're really, really low to completely try and fake it, but I am saying that being kind and giving allowances to people, and if people are struggling with hitting a deadline, being there and saying, can I help you, rather than, oh, this person's always running late and this person always behind on work. But by offering to help out, by being kind, by actually thinking about other people, by being that person that never said a bad word about anybody else, you actually are seen as a good person in the workplace. You command respect by being a kind person, in a good workplace anyway. So that's always something, be a role model for everybody else, because it does make a big difference. And being kind, when you know there's always those people in the office that are just kind people, and you just say, oh, I really love these people. I love working with them. They make the workplace a better place. And I say that's one way of really standing out at work. I can honestly say I remember all of those great people in my career when I was working 9 to 5, because those people make a difference. I know those people now. There's people in my life that I genuinely have a real warmth to, because they're always kind. So I say that's definitely something to think about. And as I say, be a role model. Be a role model for the workplace. And another thing is Mental Health Awareness Week is this week. So as I say, be kind, think of other people, and be there for others. As a last thing, just to say, for those of you that missed last week's, we are doing a 3-day career challenge, which is starting the 29th of September at http://bit.ly/WIW career challenge. So please do join me for that, where we'll be talking about career plans, building your career plan, and how to move forward and win in work. So I'd love for you to join me, and it'll be a lot more of what we're talking about now, but obviously with in a lot more depth and working one-on-one as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. Always lovely to be on Monday Career Chats. And any questions, pop them in the comments below and I'll respond to them as and when I can. And if you're not part of the Winning in Work Facebook group already, please join us. It is wonderful. It's wonderful to see loads of new faces each week. And we do career Q&As every Wednesday, Friday wins every Friday, and obviously the Monday career chats every Monday as well. So take care, have a wonderful week ahead. And if you need anything, always know that I'm here to go and answer any career questions that you may have. I'm Nikki Thomas, this is Winning in Work. Take care, everyone. See ya.